Hello everybody, my name is Anthony Quintero, and today I'm going to be reviewing Paul McCartney's new album which came out in September, which is Egypt Station. And this is my review on the album, and I'm going to be reviewing tracks by track, and also I'm going to do one of my thoughts about this album, and like one of the good things or my least favorite, most favorite to least favorite. Yeah, so on the review, or should we call it Sir Paul McCartney right there? I don't know. But anyway, this album, I would like to show fun fact that this song or this album it was #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It was like one of the first albums of Paul McCartney of #1 on the album since the 1982 Tug of War album, which I would get later on, since I've got this for Christmas, and I've listened tracks by track, and let's get into the review. Let's do it track by track. Okay, anyway, so the first track on here is Opening Station, and it's kind of like an intro to like an album, but it's like what Sir Paul would say of each of those songs in the album. He describes the songs in the albums. He describes it like almost like going to a station, like almost like an Egypt station, almost like a station, which is pretty cool. But the first one's like 42 seconds long, so it's not like that long. It's just like an intro to an album opener, which is pretty cool. I love it. And yes, and the second track on here, but the first track really is the song called I Don't Know. I Don't Know was actually, fun fact, my favorite song of the album. I love the song. I love what it's written. I love what he's talking about. I love how the way he plays. I love the rhythm of the song. I loved it. And yeah, basically what Paul McCartney is talking about is where he takes an uncharacteristical melancholy tone that offers some contrast to that much more lighthearted of the second song, or the next song, which I will mention it right now, which is Come On To Me, which this one is much more lighthearted to Come On To Me. He opened now on volubility following a difficult period. So pretty much he's been struggling lately, and he doesn't really know what to do. And if he's like one of the lyrics of what he's saying, like, am I right or am I wrong? I don't know, because like he doesn't know what is going on with him, So my summary of this song: I love the song. I love what he's talking about, stuff like that. But the next track, which is track 3, is Come On To Me. Which, fun fact, before I get into the song, that to Come On To Me, they actually did a challenge for that, which Paul McCartney did. He did. If you didn't know. He did. There was a challenge of you can dance to to this song "Come On To Me" by Paul McCartney, and yeah, he did a challenge of you can film yourself dancing to that song "Come On To Me" challenge, which I don't know why they would call it a challenge, because I don't know, because I don't know, kill me, but I actually don't know why would they call it a challenge. I mean, yes, it's a dance. I mean, I guess. Because there are other challenges regardless to dancers back then, which I'm not gonna mention it because you already know. But yeah, because you guys and girls, if you didn't know that, I actually filmed myself doing a Come On To Me dance, and let me tell you, because if you think to yourself, oh, you must have loved this song, huh? Well, I mean, when I first listened to the song, it was okay, but when I listened to it a couple times later on, I loved it a lot. See, that's the thing. Because when you first listen to it the first time, it could be good, but when you listen to it more, then you will like it more. You will like it a lot better, a lot more, And pretty much, and I loved in this song, "Come On To Me," it's like basically saying, but it's basically provides some much needed optimism following its slow and number counterpart, which is I Don't Know, which I mentioned that before. And here's how Paul jumps through the sequences of a love affair from the perspective of his younger self, you know? Because, like, the song can get a little dirty a little bit in the lyrics, but actually, I like the song, and I love when basically he wrote almost all the songs that he wrote. Fun fact that Paul McCartney himself wrote almost all the songs on this album except two songs, um, which is called "For You," or I don't know how you call it, but he didn't really curse, but he didn't really say a bad word, but I'll spell it out: Fuh. You know what I mean? Like for you, you know. That's the song he didn't wrote it. Yeah, and he also didn't wrote which I'm gonna mention again. Nothing for Free. Those are the only songs he didn't wrote. I know, right? Because you may think to yourself, wait, did he wrote all the songs in the album? Well, actually, he did wrote almost all of them. And I forgot to mention, because this is a review, I would like to show you what happens when I open this album. Looks pretty cool, right? Well, let me back up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Hold on. Yeah, but you can open it and it shows up the whole entire station, like almost like a station, which is pretty cool. And when you turn to the back side of the album, you get the lyrics. You get the lyrics of each songs of the track, which is pretty cool and awesome. I love it. Cause it was a lot of lyrics to read, right? But that's what albums are, you know. But I love it. I love how it's got some images of his, you know, his live performances and his recording studio of each of the songs, and I loved it. I love that. Looks really nice. I love his creative work. And by the way, another fun fact, because I know this is kind of off topic to the song I'm always talking about. This album, Paul McCartney was actually wanted to share the paintings that he did from 1988, right? That's a long time ago. Like, I believe it was he wanted to share this painting that he had over the years from 1988. So he must have painted a long time ago, and he wanted to share everybody, which is a nice thing to do from him, all that stuff. But overall, I like the song, and I loved the guitar rock and roll style of guitar. I love rock and roll music because if you guys and girls are not familiar with me, because I know most of you don't know, I love one of my favorite genres in musics are rock and roll and Michael Jackson, like pop and rock and roll music. Mostly I listen to the old school style of rock and roll, and I love it. But the next track, which is track 4, is "Happy with You." This song, for what Paul McCartney is basically saying that he's basically saying I used to get stoned, I used to get wasted, and I used to get messed up, but right now he's happy with a girl, which I think her name is Nancy, I believe. But yeah, but basically he's basically saying in the song that he's saying that he's done with all of the stuff that he gone through, and for now he's happy with Nancy. And yeah, basically, and it's a slow song, and I love a slow songs. Like, I always love the Beatles or Paul McCartney or George Harrison's slow songs. I love it. Yeah, so not really much to say, but I like this song too. It's a really good slow song. I love it. And the next track on here is track 5, and it's "Who Cares." Basically, they just released a short. They basically released a short film recently ago, and basically people are loving the short film, which other people are saying that it's not memorable from Emma Stone, which she's in it, by the way. If you don't know who's Emma Stone, I think that's her name. I forgot. But if you don't know her, she's an actress who was in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, which I didn't like those movies. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm a fake Marvel fan, because you can't always love a single every movie from Marvel. I mean, there's always one Marvel movie that doesn't work, But I seen the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. I didn't like them. I know it's a remake from the original, since the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, since the Spider-Man 3 did not do so well, and they didn't. Basically, they were. A long time ago, they wanted to do an announcement for Spider-Man 4, but it didn't work. But overall, if you guys and girls are not familiar with me, that I'm a Marvel fan, and Avengers Endgame that's coming out, which I'm excited to see the upcoming Marvel movies. I got tongue tied every time, but yeah, basically I'm a Marvel fan because no, I'm not a fake fan just because I hate the remakes of the Amazing Spider-Man or Thor 2. I didn't like them too much. But the reason why I'm a Marvel fan because of my dad. Because my dad read comics and I read most of the some of the comics that I read. And oh yeah, and also even though I'm not the fan of comics of Marvel comics, but I am a fan of their movies, which it all started when I first watched. Oh, it all started when I first watched Spider-Man 1, the Tobey Maguire movie. The first was a good movie for me, and second one was better. Third one was okay, not better or the worst Spider-Man movies ever made. But yeah, I grew up on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and I enjoyed him a lot, and that's what made me a Marvel fan. And when Iron Man got it, and when Iron Man started to introduce the MCU, that's what got a lot awesome. That's just I love Marvel Studios because I know that I would choose over DC because DC is a little too dark and a little not too funny, which is basically taking it seriously. Because Marvel comics back then was it like oh it's bright and colorful and funny at the same time, right? Wrong, because basically the early 2000s it was not like that in Marvel. Because like in the movies that they made over in the early 2000s, basically the Marvel back in the early 2000s weren't that good back then. Because they made movies like Daredevil, which was kind of boring and I didn't like it. But the Hulk movie, which it wasn't dark, but it was just a little too boring. Basically the early 2000 Marvel movies are just like not the way they start off a Marvel movie, but the Spider-Man movies. I'm glad they did well on the Spider-Man movies. I'm glad because I don't know what would happen without Spider-Man movies. But anyway, so off topic. I apologize for that off topic. But anyway, so what I was taking? Oh yeah, so who cares? So I would like to say that song. This is actually one of my favorite songs from the album, along with I Don't Know, because this song is basically basically talking about bullying and internet trolls, something like that. But Paul McCartney is basically what he's saying in the song is like basically talking to you, like saying like, did you ever get hurt by what people say, like all that stuff in the lyrics. And I love the lyrics. Like I love the chorus where it goes like, who cares what the idiots say? Who cares what the idiots do? Who cares about the pain in your heart? And who cares about you? I do. And that's a really good chorus and lines. To be fair, I love it. And this is one of my favorites. I love how it starts off with like just like Come On To Me, where they had like a rock and roll guitar rhythm. I love it, and it was so catchy. When I first listened to the song, it was catchy. But overall, I love this song, and one of my favorites, along with I Don't Know. And next one, track 6, is called "For You," and I'm not saying a bad word, but it's FUHU. You know what I mean? But this song, it's okay, but it's because like when I looked at because there was a music video for this short film, or I would like to call it short. I will say music video for now. I'm gonna call it his music videos, but basically the music video was pretty good, and basically this song is okay. It's not my favorite of the album, and to be fair, like when I looked at the song, most of the people were split. People were either liking it or disliking it. Pretty much people were split, which I would be mixed. I would say this song was for me a mixed. It was okay, not the best or the worst, but yeah, basically this fun fact that we were listening to the Howard Stern show with Paul McCartney was there, and they were talking about the new album Egypt Station, and then and when they just showed this song, For You, stuff like that, which that doesn't mean I'm just gonna say F you. I'm just gonna say that, or I'm gonna just say forget you. That's a good way to put it there. But this was my dad's first time listening to it on the Howard Stern show, and then he was laughing, and then the Howard Stern is one of my favorites. Howard Stern is hilarious. I love that guy, and when my dad first heard the song, he was just like, he was laughing just because because like he didn't expect it the whole thing, you know. They didn't play the whole thing. They just played like at the beginning part when they get to the chorus, you know. I just want to forget you, you know, stuff like that. But it was funny. I did not expect them to play one of the well, I mean, it is Paul McCartney, but I didn't expect them to play that song. I mean, it is one of the most controversies because, you know, this is a song Paul McCartney did not wrote. I believe I forgot who wrote in that song, but it's what I mean by I'm getting tongue tied in a way. Yeah, so overall, this song is mixed. I didn't like it that much. It's not my favorite off the album. But the next, but it's okay, you know. But the next track is track 7 is Confidants, which because like Paul McCartney is because it's kind of weird that Paul McCartney mostly talks about um basically talks about a girl, but he's actually talking about playing his guitar, which is really awesome and really great. I love that what he was talking about, like playing his guitar. That's awesome. Like, you used to be my confidants, like, you know, that's part of what the song starts off with, and basically saying like I fell in love with you, and basically he just talks about the playing his guitar, and it's really great. I love him. And overall, the song is good. I like the song. You know, I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm just saying it's good. You know, I like it. Oh, excuse me. Number 8, the track 8 is "People Want Peace." This song people need to listen to because it's basically Paul McCartney himself is saying this song is saying that this song is saying no to war and people wanted peace. You know, which everybody in the world should listen to this song because this song is basically saying that everybody wants peace. Like, basically he's saying like saying no to war. And I love how at the beginning where he says like now this is a message where I know you heard it before. That part was just pretty funny because I was like, well, I did hear it before because I'm starting to get into the Beatles fan. Oh, that beginning part was pretty funny. But overall the song is good. And I wish people listen to this song more often because it's basically talking about people wanting peace. You know, I wish even nowadays this song is actually perfect to nowadays, like modern, because like nowadays people people needed peace big time because you know how you hear a lot of bad news about people getting hurt and all that stuff. This is a song you need to listen to, which is people want peace. You know, but yeah, overall I like the song. And I like the song, and I feel like everybody should hear the song. But anyway, next track 9, "Hand in Hand," which I actually like this song because I don't know if many people didn't like it because I saw one of the reviews again. I'm gonna shout out to JD History in a Mix, which I'm gonna shout him out. Because I saw his review on this album, and I actually pretty much loved his review. I respect his opinion. I loved him. And I know he said it wasn't too memorable for him. I mean, I know it's a slow song. And it's basically talking about, like, you know, Paul McCartney, and it's basically talking about the sad Paul McCartney, which I love how they play like a clarinet or a flute, you know, where they're playing that in the background. And I love what he was talking about. I mean, it's a slow song. I mean, I love slow songs. I know many of you don't like the slow songs because you're always into fast songs. Me, I like slow songs. I don't care what anyone says, but slow songs are always like the songs to relax and, you know, just to lay down and listen to it. That's really nice to listen to. So yeah, what I mean by that is this song is like a sad Paul McCartney, you know, and it's a little depressing, but I actually love it, and it's a good song overall. It's a good song. I mean, I don't know if I had to say it's my favorite, but it's a good song. I love the song. But the track, I like the song. Like so far, my least favorite song of this album is pretty much so far is "For You." Because that means a little too, you know, raunchy, you know, stuff like that. I like to put it there. But the next track 10, is called Dominoes. Most people love this song, and they're not wrong if they say they liked it. This song, and I love this song too because I love it's a little like upbeat song. I love the song, and basically I saw some people's review on this song, and pretty much people are loving this song because this song is good too. I love this song too. I love it because like basically, what's he saying in the song is in the lyrics. He says like, "And lines of dominoes are falling into places, ignoring everything in their way." I mean, sorry, I messed it up. But overall, I love this song. This is a good song. I recommend you to check out this album. This album is really good. I love all the almost all the songs. Which one was For You, is a little too mature, but I love that one. I said it's okay, but number 11, track 11, next one is Back in Brazil, which this is one of Paul McCartney's storytelling. Like it's similar to Back in the USSR, like from the White Album and Rocky Raccoon, where he's telling a story. And Back in the Sunshine Again, which came out in 2001, I believe, the song. But yeah, this is one of the songs that has a story behind it. Where at the beginning of the intro, he sings like, "Back in Brazil, there lives a girl." Like basically the way it starts, and because they released the music video for that too, by the way. But Back in Brazil was a storytelling, and I love the story behind it because it had a short film about like they're in a Brazil where they're like just like what the song is saying, like she meets a man, stuff like that. Yeah, I like the song, and the way it starts off a song where you hear the birds chirping. That song, when I first heard it, I was like, "What is going on? Like, what is happening?" but in the middle of the song, like right after he sings, like you can hear like a word saying Ijival. I don't think I can pronounce that name, but just I'll show you what I mean by that song. Ijival, 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 Ijival. And yeah, because like basically when like the part was a little weird for me. It's like one of my personal opinion, the weirdest song I've ever listened to. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's pretty good. I like the song because it has storytelling. But yeah, some of the parts are kind of weird for me. Not in the bad way. I'm just saying it's pretty good. It's good. I like a rhythm too. I love the the song. But overall, this song is pretty good too. And the next one, track 12, is "Do It Now," which is a phrase that his dad used. I love this song. This song, I mean, it's a slow song. Like it's another slow song, and I like it too. And pretty much, the song is good. Not my favorite. Well, not really one of my favorites from the album. I like the song, like I say. That doesn't mean I hate the album. When I say it's not my favorites, that doesn't mean I dislike the song. It's a good song, but not my favorite. You know what I mean? But I like the song. I like what he's saying in this song, and I like it. Yeah. Sorry, guys and girls, that my camera go off. But the track 13 is "Caesar Rock." While this song had a lot of hate of a lot of fans and people that listen to this song had a lot of hate. Let me tell you. And yes, to my opinion, it's not the best in the album. But yeah, like there's like a weird line of the Caesar Rock, the song. There's like a weird line. Let me see. It said like there's one of the lines that was weird. It says like if I'm back to school, she gotta be my favorite teacher. And I was like, what? That is like the weirdest lyrics, weirdest lines I've ever heard off of this album so far. And I'm not really saying it's bad, but it's just, what was that? Like, that kind of lost me track there when he said that. I was like, what? That is weird. But yeah, but overall, it's not my favorite from the album. It's kind of catchy. It's kind of catchy though. Where Paul McCartney sings it really crazy, like he sings it really crazy, like she's a rock. That was kind of catchy for me. But the lyrics is just not. The lyrics is messing me up right there. But what the heck? But I don't know. I mean, this one is not really my least favorite because I mentioned the other songs are my least favorite, but this one is one of my least favorite songs from the album. But overall, the beat, like the guitar, like the riff, because like the song. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the beginning part. It starts off like like it changes, like a tempo changes where it goes to like a fast upbeat music and goes a little slowly at the beginning. And I mean, it is Paul McCartney himself. I love his tempo changes in his songs. Track 14 is Despite Repeated Warnings. This one is one of my favorite songs from the album. Because basically, I love how, like, part one, like, to the song, there's, like, at the beginning, it starts off with a slow song, starts saying, where he's saying, Despite repeated warnings. And I love that, like, you know, that part of the song. And then at the middle of the song, it changes. You know, most of Paul McCartney's songs, like, where most of his songs where it changes, like, you know, where it gets slower and then he starts going upbeat. And all of this, it was on one song. And then almost at the last where it started going really fast, and I was starting to dance every time I hear that. It was, when I first listened to this song, it was stuck in my head, and I love it. So basically, the song is basically talking about the captain that's losing his men and why doesn't he listen. You want to know what he's referring to? And I am not even joking. Donald Trump. You may think to yourself I was joking, and I'm not joking. Because, like, I love how he's talking about Donald Trump, like saying, like, you know, the captain's going to lose his men. He's saying, like, his captain. He didn't say Donald Trump. He's saying this captain's going to lose his men, and he's going to say, like, you know, why would he listen? And in the male's part, I love how like crazy part is he's like, grab the key, what can we do? I love that part. And like the beginning, like the middle part, or like he says he says, what can we do? I forgot how it goes, but he says, grab the keys and lock him up. That part I was like, ooh, because I love how he's talking about Donald Trump, because I do not like Donald Trump, because I know you don't like Donald Trump and I don't like Donald Trump. But Paul McCartney, he's not mean. He's not a mean guy. He's not mean. He's basically talking about it. He's not mean. He's not saying, you know, he's not talking trash about him, you know. And it's kind of dumb because Donald Trump didn't even tweet. Like, cause I didn't look at the news or I didn't see any news. Yeah, because basically Donald Trump, it's not like, you know, because like he didn't tweet anything. He didn't say like, oh, but Paul McCartney's talking about me in a song. But that's kind of weird. He didn't tweet about it. Because I don't follow Donald Trump. I don't follow him. But, because I'm not into, you know, politics, stuff like that. But, back then I was a little bit. In 2016, I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. But now, from now on, I wasn't interested in politics. Because it drives you nuts sometimes. But, but overall, this is my favorite from the album. I love it a lot. Next track 15, which is Station 2. It's similar to Opening Station, the first track on the album. But it's a little same, but then it shows up like, you know, a guy walking into a station where he's plugging his amp, and he starts off with, you know, playing the guitar, and then it's like almost an opening to the next song, which I love the way it starts off, the next track, which I will mention that. This song I like too. I like the way it starts off the next track. I love it. And I love how at the end it's just going da 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 da. I love how it then advances to the next track. It's so great. The final track on this album, which I didn't get the Target version, so I can't talk about too much of the Target version, but I listened to both of the songs on the Target version. I love them too. But the last song on this album, which is the songs Hunt You Down /Naked /Sea Link. Hunt You Down /Naked, both of them are pretty good, but the Sea Link was good. It was good. I love how he's playing the guitar. I love that part. It's similar to his Abbey Road, like the era, like almost like the album, because at the Sea Link part is where he plays like, you know, the guitar, like almost similar to the Abbey Road sessions. But Hunt You Down /Naked /Sea Link. And oh yeah, you want to know the funny part about the Hunt You Down song? I was putting all the songs for my family to hear. My little son was dancing to Hunt You Down, and then in Naked he was a little dancing, and it seemed like he was just, you know, my little son was dancing to the Hunt You Down song, and I was laughing just He's so funny. But basically, Seem Like was is it okay? It's a good song. Because I mean I know most people didn't like Sea Link song too much. I know most people didn't like it, but I like the Sea Link is because if you're into the Abbey Road, the sessions where where if you love the guitar so much, then you will love the Sea Link more. But the two songs I will mention next is Get Started, Nothing for Free. Paul McCartney did not wrote Nothing for Free, and Get Started he did wrote it. But yeah, overall I love this album. This is a good album. It's one personally my favorite from the Paul McCartney himself. And overall I love this album. I just want to say, Paul McCartney, if you're watching this, I love you, man. I just want to say I love you at the bottom of my heart. I love the songs that you made. I love the songs that you done over the past. I love you, Paul. I love you as much as the other four guys that were there in the Beatles members. I love it. And overall, I love this album. It's personally me my favorites from Paul McCartney, and it's a good album. I recommend you to check it out. And I do not have the Target version. This is just the album I've got for Christmas. My Santa got me, which I can't get angry at him because at least I got this album. Cause if it's not a Target version, but I love this album still. It doesn't matter. I'll show my parents the two songs that are on the Target version. But yeah. If you guys enjoy my review to Egypt Station from Paul McCartney, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends or family. Let me know what you think of this album. What do you think of the songs? Like, what is your least favorite? What's your most favorite? Personally, my favorite. It's so hard to pick my number one favorite of the album. My favorite songs, which were I Don't Know, Who Cares, and Despite Repeated Warnings. All three of them are my favorites so far on this album. And that's all I have to say. Just let me know what you think of this album. Like, what is your least or what's your most favorite from the album? My social media are in the description, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Alright, sorry again because this time my camera didn't go off. I forgot about one thing. Sorry. But let me tell you guys something about how to open the CD I forgot to mention. And, so you see the back side with the lyrics in it? So, in the left side right there, look at this, watch. Cool, right? You can open it, and then when you open it up like this is a logo to the album, and this is the CD. Wait, hold on, okay, there we go. I'm trying to put my finger, there you go. I hope you guys can see the CD the way it looks. Hold on. Yeah, you guys can see it. But, yeah, that's the CD, the way it looks when you open it up, and this is the case for it. You put it in there like that. So it's on the lyrics side, which you can open up. It's on this side. You see the red part? You put it back in like this. Oh, sorry, it was backwards. I apologize for that. Put it there, and that's it. So that's all I got to say about this. And this time, I'm really finished. And that's all I have to say. And you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. But yeah, sorry this is crazy. I keep forgetting stuff. But it also changed the world.